You ever been in a situation where you know that you are at the right place? Remember that you are here listening to this particular message in order for you to be able to be successful, to be healthy, to be wealthy, to be happy. Realize that your mind has the capability to achieve everything you want in your life. Focus your awareness on the feeling that you get when things work flawlessly, when things work in a way that is so natural for you, when there are no challenges. Notice how great it feels when you know how successful you are in whatever part of your life that you desire to be successful. And I know you're wondering how easy it is to succeed. And I know you're wondering, how can I make $1,000 to $2,000 a day? Find yourself wondering how that is possible for some people that you're not at this moment. And you can experience this as if you are in a journey discovering the way into realizing your dreams, could you not? What would it be like to finally understand that there are people around you who support you in a way that they could directly affect you in how you are able to achieve your goals? Suppose this listening to these recordings is one of the requirements for you to truly achieve the level of financial security and abundance that you desire. It's as if the way it was always been available, whether it was from my voice or other voices, but the intuitional aspects of it was always there, was it not? Imagine how wonderful would it be if you had already become financially free. What's it like when you hear about these possibilities from a lot of different people here and there? Because they always talk about how easy it is and how you gotta manifest things in your life. Just pretend for a moment that you already became that person who manifested this. And just remember for a moment that you do have 2 arms and 2 legs, don't you? Which means you do have the ability to move, don't you? Which means you do have the ability to think and take action on your thoughts, don't you? Now, what is the fundamental difference between a successful mind and a successful body? And what is the fundamental difference between a successful mind and an unsuccessful mind? Now, you might be wondering, what makes a successful mind? You might also be thinking, how does one person differ from a successful mindset to a negative mindset? Which means you can also imagine how a successful mindset can lead into successful decisions, which means it'll lead oneself into successful actions, which means it'll lead a person into successful rewards or perhaps punishment. Now, I really want you to really get the deep message that you are listening to at this moment. And consciously, you may be aware of what we're talking about here, but subconsciously, you know that this message is here to allow you to realize all your dreams. And you should remember how wonderful it is when you remember how wonderful it is to achieve all your financial goals. And I need to tell you that you don't really need to listen to anything that I say in this recording unless you're fully comfortable with becoming a much more upgraded, successful person with a different bank account. You really should pay attention to your inner voice, not the doubtful, not the conscious, not the logical part of your brain, but you should be much better off listening to your intuitive part of the brain. Because you know consciously you are listening to this, but your subconscious mind is looking into what sort of a mindset a person must have to be talking and inducing people into wealthy mindsets, to be making this sort of recording. And this is what your subconscious mind might be paying attention to. Might it not? And there's no need to really accept anything that I'm saying here or believe anything that I'm saying here, because naturally you have a subconscious mind, which means these messages will permeate deeply into your subconscious mind, allowing you to naturally stay at the right place, doing the right action in order for you to achieve all of your financial goals. And you don't have to try too hard to really accept everything that I say, unless you really want to experience explosive amounts of ecstatic success. You could accept all the golden messages in this recording and allow yourself to experience a different life, couldn't you? You really shouldn't force yourself to do it, however, because you could consciously allow yourself to do it, but subconsciously it'll happen anyway, regardless. And how will you know that you have achieved a level of perfection with your mind where you are completely ready for abundance? I wonder if you realize that you are already in that mindset yet. And you can continue right on enjoying these recordings and maintaining in this mindset. Because then you could perhaps realize that you could begin to manifest or materialize the concepts in your brain. And you should remember that whatever you can imagine, you can feel it. Whatever you can feel it, you might have the desire to take action. And whatever that you have the desire to take action, you could make a different choice, which means there's a higher percentage chance that you will realize it, which means whenever you realize it, you'll get even more confidence. And the more you realize it and the more you make your dreams, your visions come true, the happier you feel. And the happier you feel, you will come back to these messages. And you will listen to these messages again and again and again. And because you are capable of listening to these messages, so can your subconscious mind and also your conscious mind. Allow your body, your mind, and your soul to become fully successful by understanding the fact that repetition is the mother of skill, just like Tony Robbins said. If you continue to not brainwash yourself, but wash your brain from the negative messages, and if you decide to listen to these messages again and again by detoxifying your mind, so will your life change little by little in ways that you may not notice. But the more you listen, and the more you listen, the more you can apply. Which means you will have the desire to apply these lessons learned in this particular recording. And a person can, my dear listener, fully understand how necessary it is for us to find true freedom. you have the capability to achieve everything you want in your life. And remember that everything that I'm doing here is allowing you to find your true self. And I need to tell you that as soon as you realize that these tapes and these recordings are designed to awaken your subconscious mind, you will begin to see, hear, and feel that you don't need to really pay attention to these messages. And when you start playing these messages 24 hours a day in your house, it may take a year or two until you experience an explosive bank account. But you may already know, perhaps, that every time you listen to this, instead of taking 60 years to achieve the level of health, finance, bank account, and happiness that you want, it may actually take 6 years. Or who knows? You may already know that it's a good thing to see that it may only take about 3 years or even less to achieve the goals that you want. What's it like when you remember that the goal that you want is not somewhere far away in the distant future in 20, 30 years from now? Remember that what you want, whatever it is, can and will be achieved with the help of this recording, can and will be achieved within the next 3 to 5 years. Realize that if you choose to, you can always enjoy the sensation and come back and play this again and again to allow yourself to really realize and focus your awareness into the fact that this recording will become true and manifest itself. And the more you listen to it, the deeper you go. And the deeper you go, the more you'll see changes in your life. And you can notice how you are much more focused than you were before. And I know you're wondering how high you will go when you listen to these messages. Perhaps you could find yourself realizing how easy it is to succeed with these positive, hyper-positive messages. Subscribe if you like if you like, post comments and suggestions if you would like me to respond and make other recordings of it. I'd like to express my deepest gratitude towards your courage to accept all these messages to the best of your benefit, and I will see you, meet you, and feel you in our next session. Thank you.